closer on the Plymouth every day. Shuffle it around, getting closer, getting closer. Anyways, this ain't about the Plymouth. Z-car's in. If we take a close look here, see how it's kind of purplish? That purple hue is actually a rust treatment I just sprayed on the car. We're letting it set up. We can see it really good over here. Got that purplish bluish look to it. I just sprayed it everywhere, here, under the car, on my rockers, kind of everywhere. We're gonna let that dry up, and then this will be ready for some primer. We even got the bay all prepped. You can see it really good right there. Those are all just bare metal spots, and yeah, so that's on there. Gonna let it dry, shoot some primer on this thing. Oh yeah. We got the floors, engine bay, all the underneath of the car. I went up into the tunnel a good little ways, not all the way, but a good little ways. Both sides, all the way through the front. Tomorrow we will go ahead and start sanding this thing. Get it all sanded, 320, 400, 600. Make sure it's nice and straight with a whole bunch of guide coat. And when it's right where I want it, this thing will be ready for some paint. So stay tuned, let's get this thing painted. All right. We got Franklin in here shaking up the Raptor. We just sprayed some black base coat down over everything. I got all my seam sealer in, all around. Franklin went ahead and shot the black base coat. We did not shoot any clear, just to give us some adhesion. Primer is good adhesion, but a little black base coat never hurt. Plus it gives us the black color, so we don't have to use hopefully nearly as much Raptor. We're just gonna put a nice dust coat on this thing, just to make it look nice. The whole bottom side, top side, everything like that. So we'll catch you after it has some Raptor on it. Franklin killed it on this seam sealer job. Seam sealer, undercoating job. So everything's nice and black, all the way down, all the way around, behind, you name it, he got it, that's for sure. We even got the floors of this thing. Look at that. Looks nice, super happy with it. Just what we were looking for. So now that we've got that done, we're gonna unwrap this thing, get it out of the booth, get another car in here to paint, and I'm going to go ahead and guide coat the whole car and start sanding it. I know this is like the 4th time we've done it. Hopefully it's the last time. Well, we gotta seal it, and then we'll block our sealer, and then that'll be the last time. So hopefully our last time on primer, on the sealer, this thing will be done. Good work, Franklin. Yeah. This is already done real good, so we're just gonna shoot a little black in there just to get it kind of covered up. Do it having good texture. Yeah, let's unwrap this thing and get some paint on it. All right, so we're finally in the booth, giving it our good old tack cloth. I think Benji waxed to degrease this thing till his fingers were raw, so we know it's nice and clean. We went ahead, got about everything I think we could possibly find on it, all our little nooks and crannies. I think she's ready for some sealer. We've got some sealer made in our cup. I'm tack clothing it now, like I said. I'm gonna wipe everything down. Look how clean that thing is. Woo! That's what we're after. Then we'll throw some sealer on it. Once it's sealed, we'll let it sit, see if we need to sand it. Sometimes sander needs sealed, sanded, sometimes sealer doesn't need sanded. It's just really on how it decides to lay and if our booth is clean. So Benji cleaned it. Hopefully we're good to boogie. Let's find out.
Sealed?
Sand it, get it ready for some base. All right, so the floor is wetted, the doors are cleaned, the car is sanded. As we can see, we have pulled a gloss once again out of our sealer. If we look at this thing, all of our light reflection, sure it's a little dull, but all the lights are straight amongst the car. They are very good. Doors are good, that door's good. Now if y'all forgot, we did put a roof in this. We patched this corner here. We did a bunch with the rear trunk pan. We put a full rear quarter lower section in this one, and then we also did this lower one here. And we did both floor pans. So it has come a very long ways. The car is looking phenomenal for the amount of work that's gone into it. I'm super stoked. That's enough blabbing. We're gonna make sure this thing's all destatted, wiped, and start basing it. Bay's done. We're gonna jam this thing and shoot the body. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, so we got this thing based. It is looking mighty sexy, way sexier than I'm looking right now, I can promise that. The only things we did not base were these right here, and that's strictly because I would like to get those sealed so they match the rest of the car. This thing is an incredible color. I can't stop smiling about it. And I'm gonna be truthful on this right now. We did not seal the engine bay, and it is definitely lighter than the rest of this car. You will never tell the difference once we put a hood on and we cast a shadow on it. But real life, there is definitely a difference in the two colors. I'm not mad about it. You will never know the difference. If I would have never told you guys, we would have pulled this thing out the booth, nobody would have ever known the difference. Once it's all together, everything's on there. It is an engine bay, it's gonna be super clean. But yeah, I can definitely tell a shade of difference on it. That's why we didn't spray those two covers. We're gonna get them sealed, and then they'll match the rest of the car. With that being said, Franklin and I are gonna put down our second pass of base coat, teaching along the way. So we're gonna get our second pass of base on this thing, and then clear it out. Franklin, I'm gonna probably let him clear, I think, the whole car. So let's dive into basing this. Alright, my eyeballs are killing me. They are just covered in clear coat. I can feel it on my eyelashes and into my eyeballs, just from the edges and everything. It just, oh, I know, don't mind me cleaning my eyes out. Anyways, look at this car. As you guys know, we had a little bit of a water issue, but it actually didn't mess us up too bad. I thought I was gonna be really bad, but I can't even, there's a couple little spots. No big deal. But overall, first coat, looking very, very good. Look at that reflection. What'd you think of it, Franklin?
I love it.
He's been a huge help on this thing. He came right in at the perfect time to help me knock this thing out. We're a little under the gun today, a little stressful, but it's paying off now. Really paying off now. Oh man, right? All right, y'all. First coat's on. We're gonna let this thing tack up. It's 15 minutes. We'll catch y'all on the second coat. Film the second coat. We'll catch y'all when it's done. Make sure to throw your shades on for this one. This car came out so stinking good. I fucking love it. Customer came down, super, super stoked. Just look at that reflection. Man, oh man. This car came out just stunning. We're super stoked with it. We've got all the other parts sealed. Doors are based, cleared. Just look at that sun beating on them. All right, y'all, we're gonna get the other parts in the booth, get them based. He never seems to disappoint with this car. Every time we turn around, we're getting a new box. That box there was a brand spanking new dash. I mean, brand new. He brought hood hinges down, hood rods, everything's new. So we thought this dash was in really good shape, but come to find out, it's actually a pad that's put on over the old dash. I would have never known until we flipped this thing and kind of started looking, so that's kind of interesting. Anyways, we're working on going back together with this thing. We got Benji prepping the bay. Why are you prepping the bay, Benji?
Because it looked ugly.
You hear that? Because it looked ugly. So we're shooting the bay again. Was not happy with it. It just, I don't know what happened, but you know how things go. The car can come out gorgeous, but then the bay just didn't do what we wanted, so we're gonna reshoot it. Anyways, we're fighting wiring in here. I know it's a little dark, but I've got the pedal assembly back in. Franklin's got most all the fuse boxes put back in over there, just real loose fitted, so we can really just kind of see how this thing all goes back together. It's a real bugger. I'm gonna start working on this again. I know y'all remember that. I think I filmed it. That was a headache trying to get that thing out of here. So yeah, we're going back together with it. A bunch of good parts, a bunch of new parts, all new seals, all the good stuff. So just a little update. Let's get all this interior back together. All right, so I got the gas door all painted and we reshot the engine bay. I know it's hard to tell, but it is reshot. It looks a whole lot better this time. Super happy with it. Right now the wife and I are putting these seals in. They actually glue in seals. So we're doing the weather strip adhesive, getting them glued in. We've got this side up, letting that dry there. I'm gonna do this side, let it dry, and then just kind of continue on with the seals. I've got the fenders all kind of repaired. Actually, they are repaired. Ready to go, both fenders here. The hood's ready for repair, or ready for sealer, excuse me. Oh man, we've been so busy down here working on this, so I need to block the fenders, seal them, seal these covers, and then everything will be ready for paint. I'm hoping to get that knocked out. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, anyways, pushing on this thing. We've got some interior back in. I'm working on the seat, getting it put back into its factory spot. We got the trans holes done, steering columns in, dashes in, a lot of the wiring's done. We're just really cruising away on this thing. It's looking good. We've got some touch-ups to do, obviously, but overall she's coming right along. Just pulled this girl outside. We've been cutting and buffing and polishing and just trying to get it right where she needs to be. Engine bay's all done, all the lines are up, it's all right where it needs to be in there. This thing's just coming right along. I'm really happy with the outcome of this car. It's really been my biggest one to date, to be honest with y'all. We've done basically this whole car, Rochelle and I. We put a roof in it, floors, frame rails, torque boxes, quarters, lower sections here in the rockers, fender patches, put all the glass in it ourselves. We removed all the glass ourselves. I mean, literally all this car has been done in-house. All the seals are all back on, all the chrome. It really just needs washed. All of the interior is basically buttoned up. We just got a few little things to button up here, give it a real good cleaning overall. You guys get the idea here. This car is really nice. We got the headliner in. Everything's done on the car. Like I said, the only thing we're waiting on is the mirrors to dry, and we're gonna polish this up a little bit more. I'm gonna 3-step it one more time just because I feel like I need to. I don't know why, but I'm gonna 3-step it one more time and the car will be done. So we will catch you guys probably when it leaves. I know the end of this has been real short, but that is the Z car. and I'm in love. The couple little pieces for the front are up front. We did not have the hardware for them. He didn't bring them on the car. So that's that. Catch y'all when it leaves. We are putting the final touches on this car now. Wife's just cleaning it up. We pulled out all the tricks in the hat on this one. As you guys watched on part 1, we deleted the markers in the front here. We put a patch in down lower there. We deleted the marker here. We did a full roof skin. So from here to in here, full roof. We deleted the markers in the rear. We molded the spoiler. Beater going by. I had to basically rebuild this whole lower section here of the quarter. The front lower section of the quarter was replaced as well, both sides, I believe. Yep, both sides. So we did this side right down here as well. We did floors. As you guys will watch in the prior videos, the frame rails have been replaced. We also did floor pans as well. I also had to get up into the torque boxes on both sides. And we went ahead and did what they call the beefy rail or the upgrade rail as well. So it has the frame rail and then the upgraded rail welded over that and to the floor. Full weld all the way down, re-welded all the seat mounts back in this thing. It has been quite the makeover. As y'all can see though, it is all together and very dark in there. Very, very dark. Holy cow. Everything's black in this car. But it is all back together, 100%. Carpet's in it. This little guy, we weren't sure where it went. James' owner has owned this car for 16 years, so he'll definitely know right where that goes. I have a few leftover bolts, so I'm hoping they're for that. Let's cross our fingers. The door's closed real nice. The hatch is a little tight. That thing's a bugger there. The seals, it's got all sorts of crazy seals on it. Just a little tight, but it is fully painted underside, fully back together. This car is all the goodies. The only thing we've got is he's got to hook up his tail lights and do the full engine harness, which is over here. And then we burn up the RCA's on this thing, so those got to be put in as well. But other than that, this car is complete. We're just waiting for James, doing the final touches, getting it extra clean, hoping the sun comes out. This car doesn't really, it looks like it is. Yeah, here it is right here. This car doesn't need the sun by no means. It's gorgeous. I could bring this thing out here in the pitch black and he would be just as happy. Sunlight always helps. There are little imperfections. I'm not gonna hide anything from this customer. There's a few things I need to discuss with him. Nothing major, but there's always the things that go with it. It needs an alignment. I'd like to get a new driver's mirror for it. I had to repair the rear view mirror bracket, panel bonded it. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's painted, but it's just something I want to let him know it was broken and we repaired it so he can get a new one or something like that. So anyways, the Z car is done. I'm gonna wait for James. We're gonna finish this video out. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. There is a part 1 up. Make sure to check that out. It goes into the nitty-gritty of actually repairing this car. Part 2, I believe, is all the floor pans. That one may or may not be up. We may just put it into this video and do one all big one. But I really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful day and catch you on the next episode.